Hi, welcome to my video of Easy Breezy Math Tips for Teachers. This lesson I'm going to do on my whiteboard today is how to introduce linear equations in a way that's simple, organic, in a word problem form that students are going to understand and they're going to like a lot. Okay, this is the best way to do that. Okay, so on the board, once again, when you create these problems, you're going to create these problems, you're gonna go ahead and put their name in there. Emma's in my class. She loves to have her birthday's coming up, and she's gonna be all ears to hear this lesson because it's all about her. Okay, we want to keep them engaged. So Emma wants to rent a hall to have her banquet. She wants to hold a birthday party for a dinner and dancing. She finds a hall for a great price. It costs $60 per hour and $200 for a cleanup fee. Now, I have no idea what these costs are. That doesn't matter. What we want to do is do the math, right? Okay, so to determine how long she'll use it, answer the following. How much to rent it for just 1 hour? So let's say it's just a real quick thing. She's in and out. She only rents it for 1 hour. Maybe nobody shows up, God forbid. But and let's say it's just 1 hour. How much would that cost? Well, if it's $60 per hour, right? And it's $200 for a cleanup fee, that's going to cost us what? $260. So that one we get right away. Not too bad, not too hard to find that answer, right? Let's look at the next one. How much to rent for 2 hours? Okay, so this is where we have to think a little bit. A lot of times they're going to shout out right away, well, if that 260 for 1 hour, I'll just double that and get 520, and that'll be for 2 hours. But wait, we don't just double that, do we? We only double the hours. Again, when I put these questions together, what I'm doing is I'm leading them towards the answer. I don't want to just jump in with the answer right away. I want to go piece by piece to get them thinking in the right direction, get them thinking the right way so that they know how to approach these problems and think about all the little details. I don't want to just skip to the answer at the very end. So, how much to rent it for 2 hours would be, well, if it costs $60 per hour, I need two of those. And then how many times do I pay that cleanup fee? I only pay that cleanup fee one time. So that's going to be 120 plus 200, which is $320. Great. So right away, we're seeing that this is a number that can vary by the number of hours. And that's what we want to get to. Let's look at the next one. How much for 4 hours? Well, 4 times 60, and I'll just write it in here, 4 times 60 is $240, and then we'll add in the cleaning fee, and we'll have $440 for 4 hours. See, we see what we're doing here, okay? 10 hours would be 10 times 60. That's just 600. We just slap a zero at the end whenever we're multiplying by 10. So 600 plus 200, that would be $800 if she rents that. Let's say her party's going a long time. It's a great success. Say they're there for 10 hours. She gets there early and everything with her close friends, and then it's a bigger party later on that night. And it's just a great time that Emma has on her birthday. This is a great way to introduce, again, linear equations. Right away, we have our variable cost and we have our fixed cost, right? So the last thing we want to do is come up with that cost equation. So the last thing I want them to do is to think about how could I write this in an equation? So we're going to say, well, yeah, what does the cost equal? The cost equal, and I would just ask them, okay, which number were we multiplying every time to get these numbers? And then soon they're going to say, well, we multiplied the 60, right? And it was 60 times what? Always asking questions. 60 times the number of hours. So it's 60 times the number of hours. And then what were we adding in every time? We were adding in that cleanup fee, that plus $200. And there we have it. That's our cost equation. A lot of times we'll see this with our X and Y. This is my rate. This is my rate of change. It changed $60 per hour. And that's also, we want to always emphasize this number next to the letter is a coefficient. That coefficient in this case is our rate here. It's a rate of change. Okay. So again, linear equations, introduce them this way. It's for understanding. If you like the video, go ahead and drop a like button. And make sure you subscribe. More videos coming up every day. This one was just a quick one on how to introduce linear equations. Go ahead and make these equations up like I'm going to put in a short video later on today. You want to go ahead and personalize these word problems. That's how you keep them engaged, and that's how you're going to keep your class's attention. All right. Thank you. Easy breezy math. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you later on the next one. Bye.